So today we do have an enhanced threat that is surrounded by that slight threat up in the parts of the Midwest. Compared to yesterday, we are seeing this shift eastward in the severity. This model yesterday was favoring the west part of that southern tip of Minnesota, but today we are favoring central Wisconsin and parts of Iowa and then southeast Minnesota. So make sure you're watching out for that. You can check out our briefing, and that link will be in the description, where we will talk about everything from the energy that's going to be involved with this to our chances of tornadoes. And this was recorded from yesterday morning, so you can see what was going on with that as of yesterday morning. Now note, the same threats are in place, but they have shifted further east. So looking at the temperature for today, we see temperatures across the nation above 50s and 60s. We are now at that point where the entire nation will probably experience at least a 70s within the next 2 days. So across the central parts of the nation, we do see up in the 80s and 90s. We see 80s across parts of the Midwest. And then up into the Northeast, we start to enter those 60s and 70s. Then across parts of the western coast, we stay about average between temperatures in the 70s and 90s. So in the morning time, we are seeing this system start to form up in the parts of the Dakotas, and that's going to be our main focal point. The south will have some showers today, and then parts of the northeast could experience a few showers. But the big key important parts are the fact that the Dakotas are starting out in the morning hours with this energy. So as we get into the afternoon hours, what you can expect is the first kind of hint at a squall line forming going through Minnesota, and a few individual cells below it and out in front of it. And that's going to be our precursor to what could happen down the road a little bit later on this evening, and we'll look at that here next. And finally, looking at this overnight, this is from 8 p.m. to midnight Eastern time, we do see that these storms are really firing. So the difference between this and the last one is the last one was in the afternoon. This one was taken in the late night hours, right before midnight. So we see that there are going to be super strong storms moving into our target region between really dinner time and 9 p.m. Then we'll see these storms strengthen and go on. We'll see a split, and the front edge ones will be the most severe on precipitation-wise and probably damaging winds, while the southern back end side could be the side with some hail and some other factors that could play in, like supercell development. But our biggest factors playing into today are damaging winds that enter from that squall line, hail, and then there is a low tornado threat in some isolated cells. So watch out for, if you're in the path of the big line of storms today, you will experience damaging winds, potentially some hail. And then if you're in the individual cells, you could have a tornado threat. So I'd watch out overall, see where you're at and what to expect, and watch your local news to be prepared. So that does it for today's forecast. Once again, go check out that briefing. Link will be in the description below. That's going to cover everything about today's severe threat. We hope to see you back tomorrow, and we remind you to be weather ready.